Hey everybody, it's Steady the Wind Sage, and welcome back to Let's Play Kindred Spirits on the Roof. In the last episode, we took care of Maki's events. And in this episode, we're going to be, well, following the trend, we're going to be taking care of Miki's events this time. So, yeah, I'm actually, not much to say here about this. I am kind of looking forward to these events though, because like in general, how do I put it? Well, we didn't get to see a lot of Miki we didn't get to see a lot of Miki in main story or even in the Apple events. Maki was mostly I feel kind of the central character in that relationship, where Miki was more secondary. And while we did get some point of view scenes with Miki, I still feel that we could afford to see what I feel we could afford to get more. I guess I'm trying to say that she could use more screen time, so this will definitely help her out with that. So anyway, let's dive right in. And if you're curious, no, I didn't actually find it on my first try. I just looked for it ahead of time because I was also counting how many events we have left. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so this is way back. So this is when she got the letter from. This is when she got the letter from Maki. Then again, this sequence is called Love Letter, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I probably should have been paying a bit more attention or expected this, but yeah, wow, this is way back, honestly. Like, this is one of, like, the first things that honestly, like, happened in the story. Well, that sort of event. So, it is very interesting seeing her point of view on this. Because it does, I guess it does kind of make you wonder how she felt receiving the letter. I guess that is a pretty interesting first love letter to ever receive, but yes, not really much to it. Just yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with it. Just like this coming from an upperclassman of the same gender, also of a person you have only met at this point once. Definitely not the most, I guess, conventional of love letters to receive. But yeah. Oh, hey, it's Sono. we always the Apple events are also just an excuse to like kind of see like character interactions we don't see in main story, huh? Because like honestly, what are the one of the kind of events that I saw, like one of the events where I just saw it and just kind of okay, let me try to. The Apple event with Umi, I believe it's her last one. The one where you briefly see actually Miki in it for a little bit. I'm just like, I would not have expected to see them interact. I mean, they don't really interact in that one scene, but it's like they are doing that a lot, huh? Having like unlikely characters pair up, like not pair up or interact, I guess. And hey, I feel for the most part they generally tend to weave it in pretty well. And I guess it makes sense for Sono. She's a teacher. She'd probably be checking on Miki. Anyway. That was a pretty interesting scene, honestly, when it comes to it, because I guess it kind of helped shed some light. I guess is the best way to put it. Um, hmm, well, it kind of shows that it 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 just kind of shows that it seemed that Maki, I mean not Maki, Miki had some idea of Maki's feelings even before meeting her up on the roof in that scene. Obviously we know she didn't exactly return those feelings because, well, at the time she couldn't. But yeah, it's kind of very interesting how she seemed to at least pick up a sense of what Maki might have been feeling from the love letter. And not not only that, how it shows a bit of her feelings on the whole situation as well. Yeah, she was obviously kind of flustered to get the letter like that, but at the same time, she wanted to be close to Maki as well, at least be friends with her. Which I guess also kind of explains the scene, because if I remember it correctly, which I probably don't because, oh dear God, it's been so long. Miki, when she hears Maki's feelings, she's caught off guard for sure, but she actually bounces back rather quickly. In the fact that she has an answer pretty quickly. And it's very funny how this is all like very thought out to her, and like she's thinking of all this. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure it's funny because for Maki, from writing that letter up to outright their scene on the roof, I'm pretty sure it's mostly just spur of the moment for her. Like, I think she says something about like when she's reading the, like, when she was like when she was reflecting on what she wrote in the letter, she's like, I don't even know why I wrote most of this stuff, I just did. But yeah. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say on that and this event. Aihara and Inamoto. This seems like it'll be a pretty interesting scene. I guess it makes sense that these guys would interact. They are third years. And oddly, didn't they interact in one of Inamoto's Apple events too? And still, regardless, I feel they're of a similar personality type. So I imagine these two get along rather well. Maybe, I'm not so sure. I guess we'll just dive in and see. Okay, so they are friends. All right. It's kind of good to get that confirmation because sometimes like you don't really like know just because they're like in the same year grade doesn't mean they really had to known each other up to this point. But it seems they have been friends for at least a little bit. All right. Well, I guess it makes sense considering they're also they're not. I guess they're not speaking as formal. But then again, I feel like honorifics is something kind of inconsistent in this game. Like maybe as it's like more in these events, I feel because I don't feel it was as like inconsistent because like again part of it stems from not completely understanding the whole of honorifics. Because here they are, they're addressing each other by first name and dropped honorifics, and from what I understand, that's really a big deal. Usually, but I guess maybe it's because they're close, they don't feel the need to be so formal. So I guess there's partly a sense of like, I guess there's also partly a sense of honorifics are probably like as important or as not as the people involved care about them, I guess. So maybe there's something about that, but I don't know. The honorifics in this at least in these Apple events, I feel aren't as consistent. Because even going to the Maki's events an episode back, in her interactions with Hina, like she would interact, like her interactions with Hina, like I think Hina drops the honorifics with her in their last event, but Maki still doesn't. Who knows? I guess maybe like the rules of honorifics aren't as set in stone, except for obviously what honorifics you use when. But I guess it all just kind of depends on. I guess it really is mostly just about like how formal, how casual you can be with a certain person. But yeah. That's also a pretty nice event. Uh, I don't know if I really talked about it a lot, but I don't know if I really talked about it a lot, but I did kind of like seeing the seeing interactions between like the characters that aren't inherently in couples with each other, which is kind of what I've liked seeing that the Apple events do them. I don't know why I'm checking everything. I guess I just want to be thorough. But regardless, oh, there's only one left in here. It's that freaking Umi event. Anyway, I run Adi. Oh wait, no. Okay. Okay. For some reason, I saw Ihata and I thought Amishima for a split second, and I thought it was gonna be her and Amishima. Like that would be kind of an interesting interaction, but no. Anyway, and I lost track of what I was saying. Oh no, about character interactions. I like kind of seeing the characters interact, like, you know, outside of their couple, because it kind of shows that these characters are linked to each other in more ways than just their significant other and maybe Yuna. And in some cases, they aren't really linked to Yuna, but linked more with other people. So I kind of like seeing the little kind of web of interactions that all these characters like have. Cause it kind of like brings them all closer together, I feel. Anyway, and wow, this was a cherry event. This was quite a cherry event month, wasn't it? It's also very condensed, but again, summer camp. But anyway, Ihata and Adiu. I think these are also characters who are kind of similar in personality, I feel. So, yeah. I wonder if these two are friends as well, because I know, I know Adiu and Ihata and Ihata at least know each other, so I kind of wonder if they are close, and I wonder if they are, like, close in any way. Yeah, that for now, that's a very interesting way of putting it. Oh dear God! Thanks for that background noise being over. I swear my ears were on the cusp of bleeding. Okay, not really, but okay, that's one really like that's just an outright problem I have that with the BG with the background, not even music, but sound effects sometimes. They can get really like ear grating after a while if they keep going. Like, oh man, the summer was especially annoying with the goddamn cicadas like literally buzzing pretty much into your ears. But anyway, that was also an interesting event. And honestly, you saw kind of Aki break out of her own little like shell or image a bit more. Anyway, where? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, wait, where is it? I swear there's something in this month, but yeah. Okay, days without you. For reference, did their cherry event? Well, their cherry events had to have passed at this point, but when did they pass? Maki and Miki's, by the way. Okay, so there's night 2, night 3. So okay, so right around here was probably when they hooked up, unless there was a night 4. Okay, they probably hooked up right about here, and okay, she's in the suspension block for, I believe, it was 3 days, but okay, so she missed the festival. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it just for these 3 days? Or maybe this is like a 3rd day, because it said like she was expelled for 3 days, but this is a weekend day, so maybe it doesn't count. Who knows? I guess we'll see. But I assume Days Without You is referring to when Maki was suspended. So yeah, let's see what this one's all about. And it oddly will probably be kind of interesting seeing her point of view after they've hooked up, because did we get an Apple event from? Yeah, no, we did. It was her last one, but yeah, it'll kind of be interesting seeing her kind of take on the whole thing, if she has anything, if that's what this is about, if that's like maybe her feelings on their relationship now that they've hooked up. That might not be what that's about. I know Maki's Apple event that took place after they hooked up was more just about her appreciating the school she was at, but yeah, still, I guess we'll see where this goes. And this one's also a bit after Miki's character development, where she decided that she would maybe stop taking on as many requests as she used to, where she used to literally take on any request, like every single request that was thrown at her. But yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh hey, look, it's Soto again. Wow, I guess it's kind of rare when you see like, it's kind of rare in these Apple events to see someone hang out with someone that's not their like significant other more than once. So seeing Soto twice is actually kind of interesting. Still, I guess it works. It kind of makes sense, like. Miki's like very hardworking and like a very hardworking like student. Like Sono's a teacher, so like guess it does work. I guess it works out. Anyway. Okay, that's honestly, that's honestly a very cute line. Man, that was actually a really good event. I find it a nice, like, little detail that she does seem to, like, now hold on to the letter. I assume she only really started holding it in her pocket after they hooked up, but that's a very nice detail. And oh, we're not even done yet. Wait. Oh, okay. That's the Maki extra episode. Well, I guess we have 2 extra episodes for the for the thing, and I guess it makes sense. It's called Retirement, October 12th too. So I guess maybe they put it there so maybe it makes sense because now we know about it, or does that only maybe show up after those 2 have? But regardless, we're kind of done for now. So let's see who we have left. We have Kitty. We have Hina. We have Megumi. We have Yuna. And we have Sono. And that's about it. The other ones are, yeah, the extra events that we're gonna now need to start really taking care of. That being said, I think it's fairly obvious what we're tackling next episode. Next time on Kindred Spirits on the Roof, we're gonna be tackling Sono and Kitty's up. We're gonna be tackling Sono and Kitty. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense to tackle these guys next, if only because they're the last couple before we start really getting into main characters. That being said, I don't know if I should tackle the Kindred Spirits, or I don't know if I should handle the Kindred Spirits following Sona and Kitty, or if I should do Yuna and Hina next, because, like, I don't know, it feels like it might be like a bit climactic to end with Yuna, but at the same time, maybe it's more like important to end it off with the Kindred Spirits, as it very much is their story. Like, Yuna might be the main character, but it's also very much their story. I'd say I'd like to get you guys' thoughts on the matter, but at the same time, the way things are kind of going, I plan to just kind of get all these episodes done within the next day or 2. Within either tonight and then following day, so I probably wouldn't have time. For reference, part 20 of Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael should be coming out tomorrow. It's the Monday, so yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll figure out whether we do the Kindred Spirits or Hina and Yuna next, or following eventually. But now we kind of got it set in stone what we're gonna do next. So as to which one we do next, I think we're actually gonna do Kitty. So yeah, I guess that's the whole of it. Next time on Kindred Spirits on the Roof post game, we're going to be going through Kitty's events. So see you guys then.